Forwards head coach Darren Bazeley and forward Chris Wood ahead of our game against the Democratic Republic of Congo tomorrow in Spain. Darren, obviously the squad have been in camp now for a couple of days. What's impressed you so far about this about the group for this tour?
Yeah, it's been a good start. We've got a really good training complex here, and again, just seeing the boys come back together and connecting back to each other has been awesome. We've had 3 good days training on a good surface, so yeah, we're in a good place. It's an exciting squad. We've had some good trainings, and we're ready for the game.
Okay, over to you guys.
Yeah, hey guys. Darren, there was news last night that Matt DS had to pull out due to injury. How disappointing is that? Because I guess there was a lot of excitement to finally bring him into an all-white squad.
Yeah, I mean it's really disappointing for us, but for him as well. He was really excited to be part of it. He's a player that we've been talking to for a while. And he's been progressing his own career at Fulham, and now he's in a pretty good place there. So, yeah, he came in, met everybody, had a couple of days training, and was looking really good. Unfortunately, he sustained a slight muscle injury in the middle of the second session, and that pulled him out. And unfortunately, he's gone back to Fulham now to be assessed by their physios and medical department. But yeah, so it's a real shame because he came in. And met everybody and was looking good for a couple of days. So he's one for the future. We're keeping in touch with him regularly, and I hope to see him again soon.
Yeah, because are you confident that won't be the last you see of him? I guess part of the whole thing of getting him in, he's eligible for so many countries, was I guess to leave a good impression, make him feel welcome, and hope that he commits to New Zealand long term. So yeah, you're hoping that this won't be the last we see of him in an all-white squad.
Yeah, hopefully. When I spoke to him just before he left. He said he'd really enjoyed it. He'd loved the environment. He'd loved meeting all the players and felt part of it. So he was really disappointed to be leaving, and it's a shame, but it is football. That's what happens sometimes. So yeah, he expressed that he really enjoyed himself, and hopefully we'll see him again soon.
Yeah, Chris, can I just ask you about him too? I don't know if you managed to spend much time talking to him while he was in camp before the injury, but as someone who's established himself in the Premier League, he's at a Premier League club and is trying to make a name for himself, I suppose. Yeah, did you have any sort of advice for him in terms of like his career, and also do you sort of understand too the balancing act for him sometimes where he hasn't been able to commit to the All Whites until now because he's still fighting for his first team future?
Look, yeah, I mean he's a very young lad. He's gone through a lot of different things now, especially over in England. But yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him. From what I've seen in the couple of training sessions we've had, he's got quality, which is great to see. And what I love most, he bonded with the squad so quickly and easily, and that's down to his character, his personality. It's very Kiwi based, and I think he fitted us very well. So I hope in future he's back with us because he's a great player. I think he'll do extremely well in our environment. And I think he'll suit our team extremely well. But at the end of the day, he's got to push and look for his career. He's at Fulham, he's at a big club. He's got a lot of opportunities there that he needs to focus on as well, because his club football will only help and aid his international football, which would like to be with us.
Yeah, and how delighted are you to have Sarpreet back in the squad? And as a striker, is it always good to have a creative player like that? Back in the mix.
Oh yeah, it's 100% fantastic. It's nice to see him back fit and fully going again. That's the best thing about it. He's a very talented boy. He's done extremely well over the years, and it's just been unfortunate the last year hasn't gone extremely how he wants it. But it's lovely to have him back in the squad because you can see his quality from a couple of training sessions already coming through. He's got a wonder of a left foot. He's got a vision that picks out a pass, and for a striker, that's fantastic. So yeah, it's lovely to have him back, and he just adds to our squad.
Yeah, and just before I pass over to Andrew, Darren, what's the plan for balancing the 2 games? Because I guess with the Australia game, added an incentive because it's sort of the rival, and you've got the soccer ashes up for grabs again. But so how are you sort of balancing the 2 games in terms of the team you're going to put out for each one, and what you want to get out of them?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just looking at Congo, preparing for that. We're going to put out a strong team against Congo and see how the players deal with that game and how they recover afterwards, and then we'll look at the Australia game. So I don't think we're in a position where we can target certain things. I think we want to win and want to perform in every game that we play. So right now we'll deal with what's in front of us, and then we'll move on to Aussie straight after the game.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
Darren, just apart from Matt, any other sort of players, just that you're managing in terms of minutes or anything like that heading into the Congo game?
Yeah, right now everybody's in a really good place. We did have a couple of players that, were carrying injuries coming in, so we've managed them quite well. So potentially there'll be a couple of players on limited minutes. But now we're in a good place. It's like I said, it's a really good training complex that we're at. We've been really well looked after. So yeah, we're in a pretty good place.
Yeah. You're already pretty tight on midfielders, and you've obviously just lost one. How do you sort of look to sort of make sure you don't have guys getting gassed out in game one, and making sure they're good to go for game two?
Yeah, we've got a pretty good squad with good depth, so we will share the minutes. We're able to make 6 substitutions, and we'll probably make those to make sure that people are getting minutes and not sort of doing too much. But if you look at the squad, we've got quite a few players that are pretty flexible positionally, that can play either up front or wide or drop into an 8 position. So yeah, we're pretty comfortable that we've got enough players in every position to cover situations.
Chris, I'm going to test your memory here. March 1, 2008, I think you're making your first start for Waikato FC. You're playing against Waitakere United at Trusts Arena, and there's a bloke called Darren Bazeley lighting up on the other team. Now he's here. He's officially...
You and Embers, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's officially your head coach. You've got a World Cup to try and build for. What do you make of Darren as a coach? And I guess, what have you seen from him? He's obviously been in and around a lot for a while. How much are you looking forward to, now being able to sort of properly start building towards 2026?
Look, yeah, I'm very excited to where the process will go. We've got a big goal of 2026. That's what we're aiming for. Baze has been around for a long time in New Zealand football. Throughout the age group, showed his quality through 17s, 20s, and as assistant manager. And now it's only probably rightly time to step up. He knew when the job was available that that's what he wanted to do. He made it very clear in the beginning stages of going for candidacy of head coach that he wanted to be that and that he was ready for the next step. And that's all you want from anybody in a line of work, to have the passion and the drive to make it their own and make it what the best they can do. So yeah, it's a huge challenge, like it is for all us players, to get to the 26 World Cup, but what an achievement it could be, and what an exciting one it's got to be. So he's got some great ideas. He's his own man, bringing in his own ways of playing and everything like that, but he's also not breaking down what we've made as foundations, which was key, I believed, going forward. So he's trying to enhance everything around it.
Darren, do you remember coming up against a young Chris Wood?
I was going to ask if you'd scored. Did you score that day?
No.
So we must have marked you out the game.
Yeah, you were too good that day.
It wouldn't have been me. God, that seems like a long time ago. I never knew that we'd actually played on the same pitch. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a little bit younger.
Yeah, there you go. You're fine.
Thanks for that, Andrew.
What was I going to say? Darren, just on the other new player you've got in camp this week, Tyler Bindon. What have you sort of made of him? And I guess you too, Chris. What have you made of him as well?
Yeah, he's come into camp. He's very young. He's 18, but he's a confident boy, very professional, and he's a really good player. Straight away he hit the training pitch, and he's very composed and very calm. Doesn't get flustered. Goes about his business very well, and he's fitted in great. He's like I say, he's a young boy that's come into a good squad that's been together quite a while, but fitted in from what I've seen really well, and he's one for the future. He's playing regularly for Reading at a good level at a young age. So he's a bright lad, good player, and one for the future, and one for now and the future.
And Chris, what have you made of him?
Yeah, I'm the same. He's a very nice lad. He's come into the group, bonded extremely well. For an 18-year-old, it's always hard coming into an environment where everybody knows each other, everybody's been together probably for 3 or 4 years now. But he's come in, he's bonded extremely well with players, and he's only going to grow in confidence being around the group, training, playing, and that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's fantastic to see. It's even better that he's playing for his club, great level in League One and things like that, and it's only going to bode well for the future for New Zealand football.